If you're thinking about selling your home, then you'll want to avoid these common pitfalls that can take a profitable sale and turn it into a complete nightmare. In this video, I'm gonna reveal to you the top 3 mistakes that sellers make when they list their homes. And most importantly, how to avoid those costly mistakes. From mispricing to poor presentation. These are the mistakes that could cost you tens of thousands of dollars. And even worse, leave your home sitting on the market for months to come. And I don't want that to happen to you. What's up guys, Anthony Esposito with eXp Realty, your local real estate expert right here in the Cleveland, Ohio area. And whether you are looking to sell your home or you're looking to purchase, you're relocating, you're investing, I help people just like you every single week, and I'd love to be that resource for you and connect and discuss your specific needs. You can contact me directly here or use one of the methods in my description below. So let's get into these top 3 mistakes when you're selling your home so you can avoid losing thousands of dollars and a lot of headache. So the first mistake on the list is a crucial one, especially now that this market in Cleveland, like a lot of other markets that are out there, it's in a decline. It's flipping to that buyer's market and it's mispricing your property. Whether you price it too high or too low, both can end up hurting you and both can end up costing you a lot of money. If you price your house too high, it's going to sit on the market and it's gonna wait. And what that does is that takes the initial buyers that are in that price point. That first week, they get all excited, they see it. Outside of that first week, a lot of buyers, and I'm talking 80+% of those buyers, do not bat a second eye at that house. They write it off. We are still trying to transition as a population outside from realtors such as myself, where the consumer, everyone's used to the past couple years where stuff's flying off the market. And if stuff was sitting, it was typically, what's wrong with the house? Something's not right. That's not the case anymore. The market has completely shifted. So sometimes even though you price it too high, there's nothing wrong with the house, it's just priced too high. But you are eliminating a lot of buyers as your house sits on the market and tails off longer. Now, if you want to push the envelope, you're more than welcome to do so. But you need to be prepared that there's a good chance your house is going to sit longer than a week. It may take 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It could even take up to 3 months if you are dead set on keeping your house priced too high. Now, on the opposite side of that spectrum, pricing your house too low, it's gonna sell super fast. That's just the way it's gonna go. But you're gonna lose a lot of money. If you're $10,000 below where it should be, well, that's bare minimum $10,000 that you could end up losing. And right now, what we're seeing in the market is more negotiating has come back. So a lot of people are trying to offer less than the asking price. So if you're priced lower, and say it was that $10,000 example, well, somebody might come in $15,000 under where it should be. And to you, that might seem like a great idea because it's at the end of the day, it's $5,000 off the list price. It could end up working for what you want to get as far as your net from the sale of the house. But that can crush you and you can be leaving a lot of money on the table. Now, the way around it to sell your house as fast as possible, because at the end of the day, the house is going to sell itself. But in order to sell it as fast as possible and for the proper amount, the solution to it is getting a proper CMA for your house. And that is pulling the comps up of past sales. What is currently active? What's currently under contract? Find out within the vicinity similar properties to you of where they're priced at. And when I say similar, I'm talking try to narrow it down as close as possible to the beds, the baths, the square footage, the lot size, the style of the home. That is going to give you your most accurate information. And you also have to pay attention to the market trends. And that is where, having somebody represent you or talking with somebody who is consistently doing the business, as an agent, me personally, I can't speak for others, but I'm looking at the market itself every single day, paying attention to the price reductions out there, paying attention to the days on market of what's happening, because the market trends is going to also dictate where you need to price it. Because in a lot of areas right now, especially in Cleveland area, the pricing for the comps that was 3-4 months ago, it's not the proper comps anymore, because the prices have come down a little bit and we are in that decline. Either way, market trends, CMAs, that's how you find out where your home needs to be priced properly. And if it's not a number you're comfortable with, then wait to sell your house. Sit in it for another year or two until it gets to that comfortable number, unless you have an absolute pain point that you just need to get out of that house and there's nothing you can do about it. The second mistake on the list is poor preparation and presentation. Let's face it, the first impression is everything. We live in a virtual world. So the first thing that any buyer is gonna see, whether you are selling on your own or you are using a brokerage to sell your house, it's gonna be the pictures that are posted online. And it's going to speak volume to the potential buyer. If you have poor picture quality, that's a big turnoff. It's hard for people to see stuff. You don't want dark, shadowy pictures. You don't want to have the vertical pictures like you're scrolling through TikTok or Instagram Reels. You need to have professional photography done. Plain and simple, end of story. Doesn't matter if you're selling on your own or if you're using a brokerage. Professional photography is a must. Now, to prep for that stuff, you got to deep clean, you got to declutter, you got to depersonalize. The 3 major D's of getting ready to sell your home. Depersonalizing is a tough one because you're taking down everything that you put up that made your home your home. So that is a very difficult one, but it is a necessity. Deep cleaning, you got to have this thing pretty much, spit shine, top to bottom, including wiping down baseboards, like everything. And if you got white woodwork like I do for baseboards and all your trim, then it shows every ounce of dust, every ounce of, marking on the wall. If the kids destroyed it, it pops out, it stands out like a sore thumb. That's all stuff that you have to take care of because you want people to see that, you maintained your house. It's well maintained. You took care of it. You cared for it. And then with the decluttering, it's removing unnecessary, furniture, decorations, stuff off your countertops, especially in the kitchen. The kitchen's the heart of the home. That is the big selling point of a home. You don't want to have a bunch of stuff scattered all over the place. It just puts a bad taste in a buyer's mouth. Plain and simple. Now, the ways to go about it is don't go into this, I need to sell my house, and it's something of you want to sell it in a couple weeks. You're going to get extremely overwhelmed. It's going to create a lot of stress, and you're going to hate the whole process. It takes time to get everything in order and clean everything up. And part of prepping the house is the minor repairs. You don't want to leave stuff damaged. You don't want to have paint that's all beat up or nasty looking. 2 of the quickest things to speed up a sale and provide a better looking, like a better staged kind of home is paint and carpet. It's 2 cheap upgrades that can go an extremely long way. So always factor that in. And with the paint, you want to do neutral colors. And I get it. People are going to typically paint the house how they want to paint it. But the goal is to get the buyer to envision that they are living in that home. Now, if you have outdated kitchen and, baths, and there's a lot of dating that is in your house and it needs to be updated, that is a conversation for you to have with your agent or, with yourself if you're selling it on your own. And just ask yourself, if you were going to purchase a house and you got to be completely unbiased about this. If you were going to purchase a house, would you purchase your house in the state that it's in? If the answer is no, well, then start checking off the things that you feel comfortable doing to at least enhance it a little bit. You don't got to go full renovation, but it's nice to enhance that experience a little bit. And that is the best advice I can give you for getting your house ready to sell, is just take a step back, put yourself in a buyer's shoes, and then be unbiased and ask yourself that question. Now, before we get into this next mistake that you want to avoid, if you want a checklist, if you're one of those people that like to be organized and make sure you are going along step by step, I have a checklist that I made up for people who are selling their homes. Others absolutely love it. It's very simple, but it's simple and basic, but people, they like it, and it kind of just gives them that, okay, I got this done, mark it off. But if you want that, just drop a comment down below and I will gladly get that over to you. Now, with this third mistake, this one it's a lot of work, and it's more than just throwing something out there. But we live in that digital age, and the third mistake that I see a lot is not properly marketing your home and not getting it out to all the websites the proper way. It's not just about going on Facebook and saying, hey friends, my house is for sale. If you know anybody, let me know. That's not what it's all about. Does that help? Yes. The problem is that with social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram, which are the two big ones, you putting a post out there typically only reaches about 8% of your audience, your friends. That's not a lot, especially if you only have a couple hundred. You know, if you got 100 friends, that's only 8 people that are going to see that post, not all 100. So it is crucial to make sure that you are hitting Zillow, Realtor.com, Redfin, Trulia, anywhere possible. You know, Facebook Marketplace. Just do your due diligence. Get it out there. Now, if a broker is listing it, like when I list a property, it goes on all those websites. And then it also has the access to the MLS system, which then goes out to anybody, all the agents. It goes out to anybody who is in that price point for that specific house or that kind of house. It then sends out to them as well. More eyes, more views equals faster sale. Plain and simple. It only takes one, but the proper marketing approach is going to sell that house much faster. Now, if you're selling it on your own, I get it, you have limited access. Find the group page if you're not on it for Facebook as far as your city goes. Advertise it wherever you can. You know, put your for sale by owner signs up. Put the, home for sale at the end of your street or like the entrance to your development. Get the views on it. Do whatever you can. Ask people to share it. Add to Instagram stories or Facebook stories and drop your location into the story. That's another way that you can, push your content or like push the advertisement out for you. And one of the ways that I like to do stuff, obviously I'm on YouTube. Well, I do the property tours on YouTube. And it's just another way to get more views on it. Especially if you are watching this right now and you have a luxury home, those typically take much longer to sell. It is a very small buying pool when you are in that luxury home. The nice thing about with me being with EXP is that, there's over 90,000 agents worldwide. We have a lot of tools and access to us. And in this Cleveland area, there's a lot of people right now that are moving from California, New York. They're coming over. Well, those are very expensive places to live. So, $1 million home to them is not all that much. They're gonna expect a lot less for $1 million home in the Cleveland market compared to in one of those states. But that's where a lot of people are relocating right now. So if you're one of those people, that's stuff to consider with your luxury home. And it needs to be put on platforms like YouTube the proper way. It needs to be put on Facebook and Instagram the proper way. And then there's also paid advertising. That is another aspect to get your property out there. It's a digital world. Just sending out postcards and stuff, that doesn't necessarily work. And remember, your neighbors know people as well. So if it's being sold with a brokerage, like if I'm selling your house, I'm going to contact your neighbors. I'm going to call them up and just let them know, hey, I'm not sure if you're aware, but this house is for sale. If you know anybody, please send them my way. If you're selling it on your own, just go knock on your neighbor's door, even if you don't know them, and just simply tell them, hey, sorry to disturb you, but I just want to let you know we're selling our house in case you know of anybody that wants to move into the neighborhood. Again, more eyes on it will create a faster sale. Less eyes, the longer it's going to take. Now, again, if you are prepping to sell your house and you want to use me as a resource, or you have any questions at all, I have people just like you reaching out to me every single week. Contact me directly here or use one of the methods I have listed below in my description. If you got any value from this video, be sure to smash the like button. Don't forget to drop a comment. Let me know how you feel about these mistakes, if you made them before, or if you're happy that now you know what to avoid and how to approach it, whether you're selling with a broker or selling on your own. And as always, don't forget, click subscribe, turn notifications on so you can stay up to date on my future tips, tricks, and property tours that I have coming your way.